Let me tell you something. Sometimes the truth is colder than the wind that whips down these city streets at night. The only thing that separates us from them is a few missed paychecks. It's a fragile barrier, one that can crumble faster than you think. That's the thin line between a roof over your head and the cold pavement as your bed. It's a reality that can sneak up on anyone, no matter how safe you feel. The man we're talking about today once said, "When you're homeless, you're not just without a home. You're invisible. You become a shadow, blending into the background of a city that never stops moving. People walk past you like you're nothing. They don't see you, don't hear you, don't even acknowledge your existence. The hardest part isn't the hunger or the cold, it's the loneliness, the feeling that you could disappear and no one would notice. Imagine waking up every day not knowing where your next meal is coming from, or if you'll find a safe place to sleep. Every morning is a question mark, every night a gamble. Worse, feeling like you've been erased from the world. That's a heavy burden. It's a weight that presses down on your spirit, making hope feel almost impossible. It takes a special kind of strength to hold on to hope in that situation, to keep believing that things can change, even when every day feels the same. We see folks on the street all the time, but do we ever think about their story? Their dreams, their families, what they've lost, and what they still hope to find? Every person has a story. Every face you pass hides a lifetime of memories, struggles, and hopes. The one we're about to hear is unforgettable. It's a story that will challenge what you think you know about survival and resilience. It proves your current situation isn't your final destination. No matter how dark it gets, there's always a chance for a new beginning. This is about rising from the ashes, about finding light in the darkest places and refusing to give up. A man at the absolute bottom, invisible and forgotten, with just a flicker of hope left. But sometimes that's all it takes. That flicker was about to become a roaring fire, a spark that would change everything. Get ready. This story will inspire you. It will remind you of the strength we all carry inside, even when the world seems to have forgotten us. This isn't just about getting rich. It's about something deeper, about dignity, about hope, about reclaiming your place in the world. It's about the power of the human spirit, and how even in the coldest, hardest places that spirit can still burn bright. Who is this man? James Elliott. Today he's a CEO, a business mogul, worth £250 million, but that's not where he started. The James Elliott we need to know first called a damp alleyway in London his home. His closet was a tattered backpack. His daily mission, find enough change for a cup of tea. He was just another face in the crowd of the unseen, from sleeping on cardboard to sitting in a high-rise office. Imagine that transformation, from invisible to influential. James's story reminds us, never judge a book by its cover. The person you see on the street could have a mind full of ideas and a heart full of potential. James wasn't born a CEO, he was forged by struggle. His journey is a lesson in faith, resilience, and the unstoppable power of a dream. Life on the streets is a daily battle. For James, every day was about survival, cold, hunger, and constant fear. No days off, no safety net, just the struggle. Homelessness isn't just about lacking a house. It's a public and mental health crisis. People on the streets face illness, violence, and a cycle that's hard to break. You can't get a job without an address, and you can't get an address without a job. James felt the shame, the judgment, the way people looked away. That judgment chips away at your self-worth until you start to believe it. You lose your identity. You're no longer James Elliott. You're just a homeless guy. It's a lonely existence, watching the world go by, feeling like you don't belong. The loneliness was sometimes worse than the cold. This is the brutal reality of life on the streets. It's a world designed to break you. But James wasn't broken. He was about to fight back. How did James end up here? He came from a regular family, but home was unstable. After a family fallout as a teen, he was left with nowhere to go. He made bad choices, fell in with the wrong crowd, and hit rock bottom. But he held on to a memory of his grandfather, a carpenter, who said, You can build anything if you have a plan and work hard. That memory was his seed of hope. He started taking small steps, spending days in the library, at first just to get warm. Then he started reading about business, real estate, and success. The library became his university, feeding his mind when he couldn't feed his body. James wasn't going to be a victim of his circumstances. He was fighting back with his mind, searching for knowledge as his ladder. Maybe, just maybe, he could build something. For the first time in a long time, he started to dream of a future. Every great story has a turning point. For James, it was a simple conversation at a construction site. Watching workers build homes reminded him of his grandfather. Suddenly, he saw opportunity, not just a building. Nervous but determined, he asked the foreman for a job. Any job. I'll do anything, I just need a chance. The foreman saw the hunger in his eyes and took a gamble. Show up tomorrow at 6 and you've got a job. That was it. A hand up, not a handout. James knew this was the most important appointment of his life. He barely slept, cleaned up as best he could, and arrived an hour early. The foreman nodded. He'd made the right choice. That one act of kindness was the pivot on which James's life turned. It was the first step from the street to success. Sometimes all it takes is one chance. James was ready to seize it. James got the job and worked like a man possessed. First to arrive, last to leave, no job too small. He learned from everyone: bricklayers, carpenters, electricians. With his first paycheck, he rented a tiny room and bought second-hand books on property and business. By day, he built his body. By night, he built his mind. He saved every penny, lived simply, and stayed focused. 2 years on the site, he earned respect and a promotion to junior foreman. He was no longer just surviving. He was building a foundation. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's what you do with your break that counts. James turned his chance into a launching pad. He combined street smarts with book smarts. He valued hard work and the meaning of home. His struggles became his greatest assets. They gave him perspective and unstoppable drive. He was laying the first bricks of his future empire. He was proving his grandfather right. After years of saving and dreaming, James finally made his first move. A deposit on a rundown property that most people would have walked away from. Most saw a wreck, a lost cause. But James saw potential, a blank canvas for his future. He used his construction skills to renovate it himself, working late into the night and every weekend, sacrificing time with friends and family. It was a huge risk. He put everything he had into it, both his savings and his energy. He ran out of money, faced unexpected setbacks, and sometimes doubted himself, but he refused to quit. He bartered labor, found salvage materials, and pushed through every obstacle, learning as he went. Finally, after months of hard work, he turned the derelict building into a desirable apartment that people wanted to live in. He rented it out, his very first taste of passive income, a milestone he'd dreamed about for years. That first success proved his idea could work and gave him the confidence to keep going. He used the income and increased property value to buy a second, then a third, and eventually a fourth property. He developed a system: find undervalued properties, renovate them, then rent or sell for profit, repeating the process each time. Slowly, methodically, he built his portfolio, watching it grow with every smart decision. He was climbing the mountain, one step at a time, never rushing, but always moving forward. Each property was a new rung on the ladder, a symbol of progress and perseverance. He was building more than wealth. He was building a legacy for his family and future generations. The climb was hard, the journey long, but he never looked back. Each step made him stronger, and every challenge brought him closer to his dreams. Fast forward to today, James Elliott leads a property empire worth over £250 million. His journey from humble beginnings to the heights of success is nothing short of remarkable, and it's a testament to what's possible when you refuse to give up. He builds homes, revitalizes neighborhoods, and provides for thousands. Every project he takes on breathes new life into forgotten places, creating opportunities and hope for entire communities. The man who was once invisible is now a respected industry leader, admired by peers and sought after for his expertise. What can we learn from his journey? First, resilience, the ability to keep moving forward, even when the odds are stacked against you. James was knocked down, but he never stayed down. He faced setbacks, but each time he rose stronger, more determined than before. Your past doesn't define your future. Second, lifelong learning. No matter where you start, you can always grow, adapt, and improve. James started in a library and never stopped learning. He made education a daily habit, always seeking new knowledge and skills. Knowledge is power. Keep feeding your mind. Third, vision, the ability to see beyond the present and imagine what could be. James saw potential where others saw ruin. He looked at broken buildings and imagined thriving communities. You have to see your future before you can build it. Every great achievement starts as a vision in someone's mind. Write down your vision, make it plain, and work toward it every day. Let your goals guide your actions step by step. Even if you can't see the whole staircase, take the first step. Progress is made one move at a time. James Elliot is proof. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Dreams become reality through action and belief. His story is a blueprint for anyone willing to dream big. If you're ready to put in the work, you can change your life too. The journey is tough, but the view from the top is worth it. What will you build? The next chapter is yours to write. That's the story of James Elliot, from the streets to a £250 million empire. It's not about where you start, it's about starting. Take the first step, ask for a chance and work for it. Believe in yourself even when no one else does. Turn your pain into power, your struggle into strength. What did you take from this story? Did it change how you see people on the street? Did it inspire you to face your own challenges? Remember, inside you is a strength you haven't tapped yet. Your dream is valid, no matter its size. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Use this story as fuel. Anything is possible with work and faith. If you want more inspiration, look up Chris Gardner, The Real-Life Pursuit of Happiness. Feed your mind with stories of triumph. The more you see what's possible for others, the more you'll believe in yourself. Now go out there and be great.